I think ready to play. I think defensively and offensively, we had it going. We had our transition game going. Out-rebounded them in the first half. That's a big key, so we felt good about that. We only turned it over 6 times for the game. Our execution offensive in the first half, not as good as it was in the second half. Now, we didn't make some shots down the stretch, but our execution was very good. We got good shots. A lot of free throws in overtime.
Yeah, Deb was a little off, but boy, everyone else contributed tonight.
Everybody was great. I thought Adam Woodbury was spectacular. I was so thrilled with how he just keeps getting better. Peter Jock, I've been saying he's coming. He was spectacular. I thought spectacular tonight. We got a lot of good stuff out of a lot of different people. It was frustrating for Melson because he got in foul trouble early. Zach was in foul trouble early. So it's one of those things where, 28 fouls to 14 fouls.
Coach, you mentioned Melson. He kind of broke down the locker room a little bit just because what it meant to him for you to bring him along with you.
Well, I broke down too before that. I don't know if you can put into words the feeling that you have when a player wants to, essentially put his career in your hands. And I remember when, the prevailing feeling with him was, he's not a BCS player. He can't play at that level. And there he is, top rebounders in Iowa history, and 1,000-point scorer. I've watched him grow up, been a part of that. He's part of my family. I love him.
A couple other players also told me that they're really disappointed because they really wanted to win this for you and your family.
I don't think there's any question they were fighting hard for me. They wanted it. We kept fighting. It looked like we had it, then we lost it, then we tied it, had a shot. A couple of difficult calls in that one stretch changed the momentum big time.
Coach, can you take us through your day from the time you left till you got here and what this personally was like for you until this moment right now?
It was incredibly emotional on so many different levels. You get up at 5 in the morning and you're taking your son to have a tumor removed from his throat is obviously very upsetting for all of us. He didn't want to get out of bed. He didn't want to go through with the surgery. He was scared. A 13-year-old who's scared, you can only imagine how that makes us feel. But we got him to the hospital, and our surgeon was phenomenal with him. Made him feel very comfortable. And it's the 3rd time he'd met him, and I think that made him feel really good. So we got him situated, and so now you wait. So that 2-hour period of time is, as you can imagine, very stressful. And you're waiting for the call. Now what they do, obviously we're very fortunate to be at the University of Iowa Hospital. I mean, they would call us about every half hour and update us, okay, he's doing great, we're making progress, okay, the surgery's over, we're taking him up to recovery, okay, come down to recovery. So we were there when he woke up. And of course, concerns, when you take something out of somebody's throat, how about his vocal cords and how's everything intact? When you have one of the best surgeons in the world, everything was good. So he was talking. We got him back to the room. Little reaction to the anesthesia, and that's to be expected. They got that figured out. So I kissed him goodbye and got on the plane. My father-in-law drove me up to Cedar Rapids, jumped on the plane there. So now, my focus then becomes on my other family and what do we have to do to put them in the best possible position to play well and win this game. So I was there for the last meeting before pregame meal. We had a meeting and a walkthrough, and I thought we executed the game plan pretty well. We really did. We got a little worn out there. We had some foul trouble that affected us, but did a lot of good stuff in this game, and it just kept fighting. So I'm proud of the way we fought. And I'm proud of those guys in that locker room.
Fran, what did you think of all the sentiments from people? The team Pat was viral.
Chris Paul called Patrick again tonight. I mean, it's just, when you think of people of that stature that just recognize their ability to make a difference. And he was scared yesterday, and Chris called him, and they talked for a long time, and he called him back today. To put a smile on a young boy's face. But I mean, I've heard from so many different people, former players, I mean, almost every one of them. Guys I coached in the 80s were reaching out to me. Coaches, parents of recruits that didn't come to Iowa were reaching out to me. You know, Kwanzaa was, he's praying for me and my family. His team was. I mean, their players came up and hugged me after the game and told me they were thinking about me. So when we think about that, my brother said, you know, he's been overwhelmed. Margaret's been overwhelmed. My in-laws. That, I think, puts perspective on a lot of things. You know, because everybody said, you know what, this 13-year-old boy was fine. He's playing basketball. He's going to school with his friends, and all of a sudden he's got a lump in his throat. We don't know if it's cancer. And the emotion that goes into that as a family, for him, for us. But I just want to say how much I appreciate the Iowa community. Mr. Barta and everybody has been incredible. The players, for them to make up T-shirts for my son, it just doesn't make you feel any better to know that they would think of that. It wasn't it was their idea. They designed the shirts and they wore them. And that's all you need to know about the character on this team.